welcome to your yoga practice. I'm really happy and grateful for the opportunity to move my body and share some knowledge with you guys. I appreciate everyone checking in with me. Yes, I was having an allergic reaction on my hand. I did not have coronavirus, but I really appreciate everyone's overwhelming love, support, and concern. But I'm much better now. I really just could not use my hand, and now I can down dog again. So we're back to our practice. Okay, so today we're doing yoga for the soul. So it's going to be a nice uplifting practice where we turn inward a little bit and maybe tend to our heart, to our spirit, as well as nurturing the physical aspects of our body too. So let's begin by laying down on our backs. Again, if you have blocks, you can grab blocks to use. You can put them at the front of your mat. And otherwise, you can grab a book that does the same thing. So as we're laying down, bring the bottom of the feet together, okay? And then just slowly, one vertebra at a time, come and lay down onto your backs. Once you arrive there, you can bring the feet a little bit closer to your hips. If you want to feel the stretch more on the inside of your legs, but if you want to feel it in the hamstrings or the back of your legs, you can bring the feet further apart. Place your hands on your rib cage. So palpate along your stomach until you can find the ends of your rib cage, right? Just observe that for a moment. Just palpate along. And then gently just rest your fingers, bring your shoulders away from the ears, right onto the rib cage. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes here, you can take a moment to center yourself. Now take a deep inhale through your nostrils and breathe right into your hands, expanding the rib cage. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale into your ribs. Visualize a 360 breath expanding throughout your body. Exhale out through the mouth, sighing it out. Releasing the tension from the shoulders and the neck. Inhale right to your diaphragm. Hold the breath for a moment up top. This time exhale out through your nose. Deep breath right into the heart space. Opening yourself up to the new world. Exhale out. Any resistance to change. Inhale, embrace. Inhale your ability to be open. Inhale your ability to welcome what's new. And exhale out the old, the stagnant, the stuck. This time, as you take a deep breath, I want you to think about 3 things that you're so grateful for. First 3 things that pop into your mind. Exhale completely, allowing those 3 items to sink in. Once again, like that, inhale into your heart. Visualize the things you are grateful for. Think of one right now. Exhale completely. Last breath like that. Hold it at the top. And exhale it out.
flutter your eyes open. Bring your hands to your thighs. And allow your hands to just support bringing the knees in together. And then go ahead, bring the knees in towards your heart. Bring your chin up to meet your knees. Give this body of yours a big bear hug. In gratitude for its ability to move. And to get us through our practice today. Slowly lower that down and send the feet up towards your ceiling. Place your hands down next to you, or you can place them right on the backs of the thighs as added support. And then go ahead and point the toes up towards the ceiling, really, really pointing them upwards to feel a nice stretch at the top of your ankle. Then send the heels up towards the ceiling. Woo! Stretch in the calf. Point the toes and flex your heels. So just alternating between point and flex. Point and flex. Just try that a few times here. Keep a little bend in the knees if it's more comfortable for you. Remember, this is your practice, your time to nurture your soul. And then just point the toes a little slightly, spread your toes out. Imagine the arch of your foot reaching up towards the ceiling right now. Good, then spread the legs wide just a little bit and rotate your toes internally. So make a big little circle here with the toes. And switch around the direction of your circle, opposite direction. Great. Now guide the right knee inwards, allow the left leg to fall along, okay? Keep your left leg nice and flexed. And baby guide the right knee in just a little bit closer to you. And then think happy baby on this side. So take your right hand, place it on the inside where your arch is on the right foot, right? And then just guide the foot out to the side. If this is a lot for you, bend your left knee. Okay? It's really early right now, so maybe we're not ready for that full happy baby yet. And just rock a little side to side here. And then go ahead and take your left hand, grab hold of the outside edge of your right foot, and just cross the leg over your body, like so, halfway. And then grab hold of the inside too. Cross the leg over, getting into your hips. And then coming into that half happy baby. If you kept the leg straight, it's like this. So. Thinking like pigeon pose on your back, right? And then cross it back over. One more time. Maybe this time we even let the knee tap down if it reaches the ground. And then straighten out that leg. Place your hands right on your thigh, right? And then just guide your hands up to a place where you can hold on and feel that nice stretch. Maybe the head comes up to meet your knee. Breathe. Good. Slowly lower the leg down. It should feel a little bit longer already. Shake out the legs a little bit. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Send both legs back up towards the ceiling. So good. And then you bring your left knee in and relax the right leg out. Keep your right foot flexed as we bring your right knee in just a little bit closer to you. And then let's find that happy baby on this side. Remember, you can bend your right knee if that's more comfortable for you. And then go ahead, take your right hand, grab hold of the outside edge of your left foot, and just half cross it over your body. Okay? So just getting into this hip mobility here. Passing it back and forth. It feels so good. Last time. Straighten out your left leg, and then walk your hands up your leg to a place where you can hold on. And nice stretch here in the hamstring. Great. Lower it down. Bring both your feet flat onto your mat. Just rock a little side to side. And then go ahead and just make your way up to a comfortable seat. Right at the middle of your mat is fine. When you arrive there, come into your simple seat, Sukhasana. Place your hands right onto your knees right here and make a few circles around yourself. Like you're brewing up a storm inside of you. Sit up tall, stack head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and then switch the direction of your Suki circle, opposite way. Good. And come into a nice tall seat once again, stacking your head over shoulders, shoulders over the hips. And then go ahead and just place your right hand down next to you. Reach over with your left. Side body stretch. Reach through your fingertips. Ground down to your left hip bone. And maybe look up towards the ceiling. Keep your shoulder away from your ear. And then switch it on over to the other side. Grounding into your right hip bone, looking up at the ceiling. Keep your shoulder away from your ears. Switch it up side to side. Make it nice and fluid. And move with your breath. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling as we're going here. Good. Balance it out. Take one more on either side. And then just bring your palms together right above your head. And then round your spine inward. Suck the belly in. Think cat pose. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then guide the heart forward, up and back. Think cow pose, and look up at the ceiling. And slice the air in front of you, round your spine in. And inhale to go forward, up and around. And then spread the hands out wide. Palms come together, slice the air out in front of you, belly comes inward, chin tucks. Use the energy, push it forward, reach up towards the ceiling, allow the heart to open. Again, bring the palms together, Anjane Mudra, shoot it forward, slice through the air, tuck your belly in. And then from the base of your spine, all the way up to the crown of your head, allow yourself to open, and then send your hands back behind you. This time, see if you can interlace the fingers behind you and find a clasp. Good. Broaden through the collarbone. Look up maybe a little bit further. And then swoop the hands right out in front of you, okay, and come into a tabletop position. Okay? If you had to just sort of scoot your hips over, then go ahead and do that. And we'll meet here on our hands and knees. I'm going to look this way because I want to do some things with the wrist. Okay? So once you arrive here on your hands and knees, we'll take a few cat-cows like we were just doing in our seated position, right? Now we're just doing it on all fours. Good. And then come into the center to a neutral spine and see if you can just turn your wrist like forward, right? So like so. Some of us may be able to go full circle, maybe your wrist is facing forward. I'm hypermobile, so for me this is fairly easy, but many of us may just be right here, okay? And once you find the footing of your wrist, like this, okay, we're going to make a few circles here, like so. Now this might not go as far as you're normally used to in your Sufi circle because you've got the wrists going the other way. Take a moment here, feel the stretch, then switch direction of your circle, opposite way. Good. Then just go ahead, turn it back over, cup underneath your armpits, send your hips back and down, take a child's pose. Guide the third eye down towards your mat. And in your child's pose, walk it over towards the left side. Keep your head in the center, ground into your sit bones. And then walk it over to the opposite side. Keep it nice and balanced, everybody. Back to your center space, walk your hands back towards your knees. Now you have a seat in your Virasana. This could be enough for some of us. Then go ahead, spread your hands wide, send them back behind you, expand through the collarbone. And then maybe you can interlace the fingers behind you if you can find the clasp. And just stretch out the front of the body. You can stay here, you can add in a little ankle stretch. So you can place the hands behind you. If this is accessible, just lift up the knees slightly. You'll feel that right away, trust me. There's a nice stretch for the ankles. How often do we do that, right? Our ankles are always going the other way to help us walk, but we never really stretch them like this. Walk the hands back forward onto your tabletop position. Okay. Now this time we're going to take the left hand. I want you to put the top of the hand down onto your mat. Ooh, yeah, a little something there for sure. Try to keep it in line with your right hand too. And for here, we're going to just go side to side a little bit. If you want to add extra, you might just want to keep your hand like this and feel the stretch in your wrist. We're going to do a little sway side to side. It doesn't look like much, I know, but it's certainly a lot here. Good. Release that wrist, take down to a child's pose. Walk the hands over towards the right side, bow down. And then keep it balanced over towards the left. We'll come to the center, and then we'll walk our hands to meet the knees. Spread your hands wide, embracing the new. And maybe you'll interlace your fingers behind you. Broaden through your collarbone, through your heart. And then maybe you'll take that ankle stretch, keep your ankles together, and just lift up your knees here. breathe into those areas of tightness, of tension. You can rock a little side, a little back and forth here. Come back onto your hands and knees. Again, we just got to get the wrist stretch on the other side. So right hand this time, the top of the right hand comes onto your mat, okay? And then remember, you're just swaying your hips a little side to side. Or not, you can just hang out with the stretch for a few breaths. This is good because we do so many down dogs, so many planks that are always putting pressure on our wrists. So, we got to give it a little counterbalance. Okay, take your child's pose. Try to keep your knees together this time, okay? Deliberately. Good, come on to your knees, guys. And then, I want you to just walk your hands forward just a little bit more than you normally would, so you're in a wider tabletop stance, right? And we're going to find this Ashtanga Namaskar, right? So, from here, I just want you to lower the chest down. Just bring your heart down, even if you think like cow pose, right? So bring your heart down towards the mat. And then lower your chin down. And then slowly slide forward into your cobra. So the belly and the pelvis ground down and reach back through the feet. And then you can bring your hands right next to your shoulders, broaden through the collarbone, lift up for your baby cobra. Slowly lower that all the way down, take it back to a tabletop position. And now we're going to come into our first downward facing dog for today. If you want to grab blocks for your hands, go ahead and do so. And then go ahead, keep the knees slightly bent as you send your hips up towards the ceiling, okay? I like to start with my knees bent so I give my spine so much space here to lengthen out. And then maybe we'll straighten out the legs if it suits us. Engage the quads, keep your knees lifted, okay everyone? Try to look at your belly button so the head relaxes. Triceps turn in, biceps turn out. And then you can bend your right knee, bend your left knee, take your dog for a little walk. Move the hips a little side to side. Good, take it back down to a tabletop, onto the hands and knees. And then back to your child's pose. Third eye meets the ground. Slide it on forward onto your belly. And lift up to your baby cobra. Find your downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Walk your dog, bend your knees, a little side to side. One more time, come down into a tabletop position and then send it back to a child's pose. Nothing more nourishing for the soul than a child's pose. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. And then this time we'll lift up the right leg. Push into your left heel as you bend the right knee and open up the hip on this side. Keep pushing into your right hand too so you don't lose your down dog stance. And then go ahead and bring the knee in between your hands. Shift your weight forward, plant the foot down. Lower the back knee down. Rise up for your Anjaneyasana. Palms come together in prayer. And inner leg lines are working, engaged, to help keep me balanced and lifted here. And I'm definitely not on my kneecap, okay? So protect your knee. If you want a blanket underneath you, that's great too. Then spread your arms wide, allow the heart to shine through. Come back down, frame your front foot, send your hips back for a half split. Okay, maybe the toes lift, maybe not. Maybe your foot's still on the ground. You can grab blocks here too. And then place the ground down into your right foot and reach up with your hands. Come on back up. And then allow the heart to shine. Come on back down. Lift your back leg up. And then lift up your right arm for a simple twist. Come on back down. Let's find a plank pose. So allow the legs to meet. Make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders. Pointer fingers are facing forward. Okay, then lower yourself down as one solid straight line right onto your mat. Extend out through your legs. Rise up for your baby cobra. And send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Ground into your right heel as you lift up your left leg. Open up your hip. Look forward, place the foot down in between your hands. Bottom leg comes down, don't be on your kneecap, rise up. And then allow yourself to receive. Come on down, frame your front foot and find that half split. Send your hips back, maybe your toes lift. Heart comes forward. And then ground into the left foot, rise on back up. Feel that nice stretch in your hip flexor. And then allow yourself to receive. Come on back down, and we're gonna find that simple twist. Lift up the back leg, reach up with the left arm. Keep the back leg really active and lifted, right? Keep your hips square. Come on back down. Plank pose. Lower down. Baby cobra. Send it back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, open up your hip. You already know this, right? Place the foot down in between your hands. Lower the back leg, rise up. And then open. Come on down. Place your left hand down and just immediately lift up into your simple twist. Frame your front foot, send it back to a plank. Lower through. Heart shines through. Downward facing dog. Left leg goes high, open up your hip. Place the left foot down in between your hands. Rise up. And open. Come on down, right hand meets the left foot. Lift up into a simple twist. Place your hands down, take it back to plank. And lower down. Push into your pelvis and cow pose in your spine. Take it back to a child's pose. Keep your toes tucked in your child's pose this time. Take a breath right here, feel. Feel the connection between your belly and your thigh. Walk your hands back to meet your knees. Have a seat in your Virasana. Your toes are tucked this time. Expand out through your hands. And maybe this time you're ready to take the class. Right? If you took the class before, try to switch up the gripping of your finger. Look up at the ceiling. Reach back with your hands. And then come on back onto the hands and knees and lift up into your tabletop position. Right leg lifts, open up your hip. Place your right foot down in between your hands. Okay. And now we're going to come up into a warrior two. So turn your back foot so that's parallel to your mat. Okay. And then rise on up to warrior two. might be opposite me, right? But right foot is in front, left foot is in back, hands are out to our side. Flip your front palm over and tip it back for your peaceful warrior. And then bring your right hand to your right thigh, reach over for extended side angle. And a little dance, we'll tip it back for peace. And come back down for extended side angle. Ground into the pinky toe edge of that left foot so you feel your arch lift. Bring your shoulder blades onto your back. Don't collapse down onto your hand. And then we'll send it back for peace. Come to the center, bring your palms together. Straighten out both legs for a flying warrior. And then go ahead and take a wide-legged forward fold. Reach for your ankles. Guide the head down towards the earth. Lift up all the way and open your heart. Allow yourself to receive. And then palms come together up above your head as you open back up into warrior two. Let's come into that simple twist. So take your left hand, bring it down next to your right foot, and reach up with the right arm, right? We were already here, we know this. And then come back down to frame that front foot, take it back to plank pose. Hands are underneath our shoulders. Perhaps we want to give chaturanga a try. So shift the weight forward, tuck your elbows in lower halfway, and then slide on through to your up dog. Now sock that belly in, as you send it back to downward facing dog. And then you'll lift the left leg, open up the hip wide on this side. Place your left foot down in between your hands. Turn your back foot parallel to your mat so you can rise up. Warrior two. Adjust your stance as needed. Watch where your hands are in space. Flip your left palm around, take it back for peaceful warrior. And then left hand comes to left thigh, reach over with the right for extended side angle. Keep your shoulder blades on your back and maintain the arch in your foot. Tip it back for peace. And then meet in flying warrior. Bring your palms together, parallel your feet. Grow up tall out of your rib cage. And deep inhale on your exhale, forward fold, right? So shift the weight towards the toes, away from your heels. Grab hold of the ankle, wherever you can hold on. Okay. And guide your head down towards the earth. And remember, my inner arches are engaged, so that whole inner leg line is working to keep me active. And I'm going to rise up wide with my hands apart, ready to receive all the love. Palms come together above my head. Open back up, externally rotate your left leg for warrior two. And then cartwheel your right hand down next to your left foot. Reach up with the left arm for a simple twist. Come back down, frame the front foot, take it to plank. And then you can take your vinyasa of choice, lower down, or knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Suck the belly in as you send it back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, your hip will open. Place your right foot down in between your hands and rise up to warrior two. Settle in there. Flip your right palm around, tip it back for peace. Maybe you want to take a bind this time, right? And wrap your left arm around. Extended side angle. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. You can keep the spine if you'd like, or lift it open. And then take it back to peace. And then over to your extended side angle. Now from here, when we take it back for peace, we're going to add on for a triangle pose, right? So continue with this reach back and just straighten out your right leg, okay? As we're straightening out the right leg, I want you to bring your hip in. Hug this hip in, okay? So this left hip comes forward, or the idea at least. And then take your right hand down to the ground. Make sure your toes are facing forward. Maybe the right hand just comes onto your right calf. And you'll swoop your left arm up for triangle pose. Keep your core sucked in tight. My back leg is internally rotated. Reaching up with my left arm. Not collapsing down on the right. Ooh. Bend your front knee. There's your extended side angle. And then take it back to peace. And then meet me in flying warrior. Down to your wide-legged forward fold. Rise on up, swoop your arms wide. Receive the love for your soul. Palms come together, externally rotate your right foot back to warrior two. And then come on down, bring your left foot down next to your right, lift up to simple twist. Right arm reaches high. And then time for your vinyasa, so send it back to plank pose. And take your vinyasa of choice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Remember to drink water or take a child's pose at any time that you need. Left leg lifts, open up wide. Place your left foot down in between your hands and rise up, warrior two. Tip it back to reverse your warrior. Maybe you're taking the bind. And then come into that extended side angle. You can always straighten out your arm. And tip it back for peace. And take it back to extended side angle. And then let's find that triangle pose, right? So take it back to peace first. Reverse your warrior. And then go ahead and straighten out that left leg. Hug your right hip in as you internally rotate your back leg. And then guide the left hand down. Reach up with the right. Maybe some of you may be able to reach down towards your ankle. But that's not the point. Breathe. Make sure you're not holding your breath, guys. Breathe right into your diaphragm. Big 360 full breaths. Good, then just bend that left knee. Place your left hand down on that left thigh. And extended side angle here. Bring your shoulder blades together. And then rise on up for peace. Into that flying warrior. Parallel your legs. Bring your palms together. And take your wide-legged forward fold. Gaze goes down towards the earth. Shift the weight forward into your toes, away from your heels. And then slip your hands wide to open up. Palms come together, externally rotate the left foot, and come into warrior two. Come down, place your right hand down next to your left, lift up to simple twist. Back leg is strong, right hand is reaching. Then come on down, frame your front foot, time for our vinyasa, take it back to plank. Lower out, and lift your up dog, and meet in downward facing dog. Alrighty guys, lift up the right leg, open up your hip. Place the foot down in between your hands. Warrior two. Tip it back for peace. And then meet in that extended side angle. Take it back, reverse your warrior. Keep your legs strong. Notice how my legs don't really move here. And then triangle pose. Already been there, right? Hug your right hip back. Left hip hugs forward. And then bend the front knee, extended side angle. Tip it back for peace. In the center to fly. Wide-legged forward fold. Rise up with your arms open. Hands come together, open up warrior two. Come on down, simple twist. Left hand next to your right foot. Reach up with the right arm. And this time, guys, let's come to the front of the mat, right? Place both your palms down, back leg meets the front leg. Forward fold. Maybe here you could clasp your hands behind you, right? And take a forward fold with the hands clasped. And then use that to lift yourself into a halfway lift, right? So reach out through the crown of your head, forward in your toes away from the heels, and rise up all the way to a full body extension with the clasp. And then step your left foot wide as you take your hands wide for peace pose. And then come into a chair pose. Send your hands up and bend down into chair. Swoop your hands back down to forward fold. Relax the head and the neck. Then look forward. Send your right foot straight back. And send your left leg straight back. Lower through your vinyasa. Tuck your belly in, send it back down facing dog. Last round here, guys. Left leg lifts. Open up your hip. Find warrior two on this side. Tip it back for peace. Come into extended side angle. And once again, reverse your warrior. And then find that triangle pose. Straighten out your left leg. Keep a slight micro bend. Hug your right hip in. Hip hugs in, but the twist comes from your torso. Bend the front knee. Take your extended side angle. And come on, reverse it back. Parallel the feet to fly. And scoop it down for a wide-legged forward fold. Allow the hands to open up wide. Bring your palms together. Externally rotate the left foot and open up to warrior two. Bring your right hand down to frame that foot. You send your left hand up. Simple twist. And then we'll meet at the front of our mats. Back leg meets the front leg. Forward fold. Find that interlace behind you. Maybe you can switch up the clasping of your fingers. Allow yourself to fold a little deeper. And then pull the hands back as you lift up halfway. Elongate out through the crown of your head, through your tailbone. And then use the grasp to lift up all the way. Full body extension. And then step your right foot to the side, right? Take a wide stance for peace pose. And then bring your hands up above your head, bend the knees, chair pose. Come all the way back down, forward fold. Send your left leg straight back. And send the right leg back. Bend the knees, lower them down, take a child's pose. Walk your hands back to the knees. Right, we've been here before. You're probably ready for the class now. If it's accessible to you, broaden through your chest. And this time, let's come up onto our knees. And slowly lower that back down. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. And then look forward, guys, and start to walk one foot at a time. Okay, all the way up to the front of your mat. And then hug your hands around the knees and just bend them generously and take a yoni forward fold here. And then rise up all the way slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to lift into Tadasana. Palms are to the side. Feet are about hip width apart. Engage your quads. Broaden through the heart. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. Just notice how you're feeling. Flutter your eyes open, if you close them, and then see if you can find a point of focus. So something that isn't moving, maybe looking through me, past me. Find something that you can focus on. Okay, we're going to try a moment of balance. You can do this. So go ahead and begin to shift your weight over to the right leg. I'm going to mirror you this time. So hands are at our hips, shift your weight over to the right leg. Begin to lift your left heel off the ground, okay? And then bring your left knee a little bit higher. Keep this hip hugged in. Feel all four corners of the left leg. And maybe we're just right here. Okay, maybe we're feeling a little more advanced and we can bring that knee in towards our chest. Stand up tall. And then maybe we'll make our way over to a tree pose. Grab the ankle, place your foot externally rotating that hip, right onto that right thigh. Okay? Think really externally rotating the left leg. Okay? Make sure you're not like that. Open up that hip. Ooh. Hands can stay at your hips so they can come to the heart. Maybe you'll take an open tree today. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Hands come to your heart.
Step it wide. Woo! Peace pose. Hands come to the heart. Tadasana. Feet are about hip width apart. Okay? We'll keep it balanced. You got to try it on the other side. Hands at your hips. Shift your weight over to the left leg. And begin to lift up the right heel off the ground. Okay? And slowly keep your hands at your hips and just lift the knee up. There it is. Stay with that point of focus. It's so important. For me, it's my clock right now. And then when you're ready, maybe you'll come into a tree pose if you feel ready to open up that hip. Hands can stay right here. Or at the hair. Whoa! Or maybe you open. Bring your hands to prayer. Step it wide to come out of it. Peace pose. Feet are hip width apart in your Tadasana mountain pose. Good. And then we're at the top of our mat. Sweep your hands up high, lower down, forward fold. Plant your hands on the ground and just send your right foot back and down. Lift up to that Anjane. Good. Then come on down. And I want you to just take your right hand, reach back for that left foot. Or left hand reaches back to the right foot, grab your hand. And then maybe you'll be able to grab hold of that foot. Look forward. Let go, come on back down. Lift up the back leg, come to the front, forward fold. And then send that left leg back and down, same thing onto this side. Reach back, right? And we can just continue with the reach back. That's okay, that's where we're at. We're still opening the heart. If you want a little more, maybe you'll grab hold of that foot. And look forward. Come on back down. This time send it to a plank. Lift up the back leg. And then lower yourself onto your belly. When we get there, let's find that interlace behind us. Go ahead and broaden through the collarbone with the chest. You could stay right here with your back bend, or if you want, you can lift up the legs for a little extra. Legs can be wide or together. Whew. Slowly lower it down. Let's take it back to a child's pose. All the way back. Go ahead and have a seat onto your butt, onto the hips. Bring your right knee in, extend it out with the left. Okay. Cross that right knee over. Okay, and we'll take a twist on this side. Reach up with the hands, and then turn over towards your right. I'm not mirroring you this time, right? Take it back to the other side and fold. Last thing on the other side. Cross the left leg over the right. Reach up with the hands and twist.
And take it over to the other side and fold. And then let's come on to our backs, guys, for your Shavasana. And slowly lower it down. Straighten out your legs. Bring your shoulder blades onto the ground. Place the palms next to your hips. Maybe you can close your eyes. And for the next 2 minutes or so, you're just going to be here. Allowing the fruits of your practice to sink in. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Take a deep breath right into your diaphragm. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And if you want to take a longer Shavasana, feel free to hang out. Otherwise, slowly make your way up to that comfortable seat, the front of your mat. Nice cross-legged position here. And when you arrive there, bring your hands to your heart space. Palms to your third eye, and you bow down. Imitating others, I failed to find myself. I looked inside and discovered I only knew my name. When I stepped outside, I found my real self. From my heart to yours, and from that poem from Rumi, Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. You can send donations in Venmo to Beach Yoga SoCal to help support our Beach Yoga studio. I really appreciate all of the donations that have been coming in to help us pay for our permits, which is going to be hopefully due soon, right? They did open the beaches, not official open, but a soft opening in this phase one of our kind of going back to normal life. So hopefully in the near future, we'll be able to get back out there and be practicing. Feel free to email me. You can hashtag yoga with V if you're practicing and you want to post something. I'd love to see how you're doing. Other than that, I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 10:30, for more Yoga for the Soul for this weekend. And leave your comments, concerns, any feedback. I'd love to hear from you. I miss you. Please stay safe and healthy. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.